Hello and welcome to the United Muppetiers. Today is the first segment of our new interview series from Muppetiers.com, in which we dive deep and get to know the people behind some of the most prominent and breakthrough names in the world of Manchester United media. Our first guest today, and it is an absolute pleasure to be getting to know them, is Beth from the United Stand. How are you today, Beth?
Hi, I'm really good. It's Friday and the pubs are open, so that's a good sign. So I'm going out tonight having a few drinks for once because we've been in lockdown. And United have just got through to the semi-finals of the Europa League, so everything's good at the moment. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. It's so good having the country open a little bit more, at least. It's been so much better this past week, definitely. Uh, so obviously people might not know too much about you. You're obviously a presenter for the United Stand, got nearly 10,000 followers on Twitter, if not 10,000 now. I can't remember. You've been there for just over 6 months and you've presented nearly 50 videos, if not 50 now, actually. So,
Someone knows that because I don't.
yeah. Oh, I went down YouTube and literally tallied it up. That's how sad I
Oh
am.
my
So,
God.
some great thumbnails and headlines.
There's some fun words of me like on the video. It's really funny, but I love the
So,
people who work behind the scenes, so I'll let them off if they do a bad thumbnail of me sometimes.
of course. So, besides all these crazy numbers, what do you think people should know about you who are seeing you for the first time or shouldn't know about you, let's say?
Well, what they should know about me is that I've been a United fan all of my life. Through my dad and my brother, they've always been massive United fans. And as I was growing up, I'd always be at my dad's on weekends. The football would be on, and I just got more and more into it, and more into the Premier League in general. And then obviously the Champions League and other football like that. And then when it came into lockdown, obviously there was no games, there was nothing really to do with football.
Yeah.
I came across the United Stand and basically like just at the start of lockdown, and I was watching the videos. I was really enjoying like having something to watch about United, as if that sounds like the right way to put it, because there wasn't the games, there wasn't
Yeah, of
things to look
course.
forward to. So I'd be watching transfers, news, stuff like that, and I thought,
Yeah.
and then when games started to happen again, obviously I saw all the fan cams and the videos that they did with the guests they had on, and I thought that sounds like something I'd really like to do and I'd really enjoy doing. And I was watching a video once, and Mark was saying how he wanted new people on the show.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? Why not put myself out there? There's not enough women in this industry as it
Yeah.
is. So I got in touch, had a kind of a video call, sent in my video of me talking about the recent United game. I think we lost. Maybe that's why I got the job. I was ranting. And yeah, I managed to get in contact with them, got on. And I think at first I was only meant to be on for a few times, but it just kind of worked out that they liked having me on, I liked being on, and I've really been enjoying it since. And it's made me, I was already into football, but it's made me really get to know more about United in general and more about other teams, because I'm always looking out for things, because
Yeah.
obviously it's not my job, but it's something I really enjoy doing now. And I've got to be up to date with everything. I'm also at uni, so I'm doing media production at uni
Yeah.
and at Liverpool John Moores University. I mean, it's not great when you walk down the street every day and see Jurgen Klopp's face on all the pubs because he won the league, but we're out the Champions League now.
Exactly.
You're probably not going to get the Champions League this year, so all them banners will be taken down, hopefully. And what they shouldn't know about me, I like to have a drink on a Friday night. I think everyone does, though, don't
Yeah,
they?
that's not that crazy.
I'm trying to see if there's anything juicy, but I don't really want to expose myself. So maybe if I think
Okay.
about something, I'll let you know later on, and I'll let
Okay.
you know about that. But
Oh, we'll talk about it after the interview. They don't have to hear about it.
yeah, basically, football, university, friends. That is my life in general, and I'm only 19 as well, so it's
No.
great to be on such a big platform talking about something I enjoy at a young age, and to have women in football now is, I think it's becoming more and more prominent, and I'm
Definitely.
hoping that continues to happen because I felt like it was something that needed to happen.
Yeah, definitely. You've seen it a lot more. Obviously, Alex Scott taking over Football Focus has been a big thing.
Exactly.
So it's really good to see more women getting into football over all broadcasting as well as on YouTube as well. You being
Mm.
one of the newer faces for it. So obviously, you are one of the faces of the United Stand now. Uh, what's it been like then for the last 6 months of from how was it like when you first started? How do you feel now? Obviously, I assume you were very nervous and yeah.
Yeah, when I first started, I'm not really a nervous person around things like that. But when I first did my first video, and obviously nobody knows you. I mean, I didn't even have a Twitter account before I started the United Stands, so I
Uh,
didn't kind of know what I was letting myself in for fully. But I'm so glad that I did it, because the community that you've got and around you about something you enjoy, the club that you support, it's really nice to like interact with people agreeing with you, disagreeing with you if they're doing it in a polite way. It's just nice to have them conversations with people,
uh,
like talk about the club that you love and the club that you support. Obviously, when I first started, it was very overwhelming. Comments, I think I went viral on, not viral, but my thumbnail for one of the videos went round a lot one time.
uh,
People have comments to say, because one word or line that you can say can get taken so out of
uh,
context, spun, and they can use things against you, the way you look, the fact that you're a woman. I know other people suffer with like racism and stuff like that.
yeah,
That's the negative side of it. And at first, the bad comments, although there wasn't many, like then do stick out to you. And
uh,
I did used to look at them, and it did get me down. I thought, oh my god, I don't really want to go and like get these
uh,
comments again. But I really don't look at the comments now. I just look at the people who are interacting with me on Twitter, and they're all really nice people, and that's why I enjoy doing it, because I like that side of it. I like the interaction with the people on the YouTube channel, because I mean, I look forward now to a Sunday night or a Monday night, depending on when we're playing.
uh,
You get all the other guests on, you get to talk about things, discuss it, and it's just like a really nice conversation. It's basically like you're down at the pub with your mates talking about it, but instead you're on YouTube over Zoom because of obviously coronavirus and everything. So
uh,
yeah, I'd say at the start I was nervous, overwhelmed. Now I just enjoy it, and I take every match as it comes. And I think now I always took United seriously. I've always been a massive United fan, but now I take it even more seriously, because it can affect like your mood, what's happening, because obviously you've got to go on YouTube and talk to loads of these people.
yeah,
And if United have just lost and been knocked out of a competition, sometimes you just feel a bit down, and like you're not really wanting to go on and try and act like, oh, all happy. And then if you're
yeah,
down, people are like, you're negative. So you can't really win, but I
yeah,
enjoy it, and I like speaking to everyone. And that's the main thing. I think if you enjoy something, then you should keep doing it.
yeah, definitely. Speaking of that, have you been noticed yet by anyone like out and about? Obviously, it'd be a bit harder because of the pandemic and whatnot, but have you been noticed yet? Or
I've not been noticed. I've had a few looks, like,
yeah,
and I think someone on my course actually noticed. I went into uni one day and they're like, because they were talking about United all the time.
yeah,
But I've had the main thing I get is a lot of Instagram DMs.
oh,
For example, when I'm going to Park Life this year, which is like a
yeah,
festival.
yeah,
So I put it on my story, and I forget that I have these like I have followers now from like obviously the United stand.
yeah,
So I'll put on I'm going to Park Life, and next thing you know, there's like 100 plus DMs saying, "See you at Park Life, Beth. Can't wait to see you at Park Life." And obviously that's nice, because I like talking to people, and everyone's
yeah,
really nice. But it's just strange that people are going to be in that place kind of looking out for you because they've seen you from YouTube. I
yeah,
mean, I'm small compared to other people that are on the channel. I mean, I know, say, if Mark and Flex probably went out and about, they'd be like noticed straight away, because they've been doing it for so long.
yeah,
But on social medias, a lot of DMs saying, I'm here today, might see you, or I'm in Part Life, might see you. And it's just so strange, because obviously I've only been doing it 6 months, and
yeah,
I'm just like, I just think it's my friends, but then I look at through my messages and I'm like, oh, there's all these people that obviously are talking to me, and it's
yeah,
nice as well. It's nice because honestly, the majority of people are just really nice people, and they're just looking for other people that to
yeah,
talk about their club with, because obviously the pandemic, it's hard to go out, and I think a lot of people
yeah,
turn to YouTube, and people who talk about it, they want to talk to them because they've seen what we're saying, and they want to have their opinion back, and it's just not it's really nice to like talk to people. I mean, apart from there's a few funny DMs that I don't know
yeah.
if it's suitable for this, but I
Standard.
might tell you about them later.
But yeah, it'll be good, especially with more things opening up. We probably get noticed a bit more on probably like match days as well around Manchester as well.
Yeah,
Obviously being around there, so that'll be good. Hopefully for the future.
hopefully people won't be shouting things at me. As they've done before.
That will always happen. Uh, So obviously talking about all the United stand stuff. Were you expecting all of this then? So like the fans, the critics, the haters. I hate saying that word. And just everything that comes with social media as a whole. Were you expecting any of this, or was it a massive surprise? Or
I wasn't. I was expecting obviously people to watch and like comment and stuff like that. I mean, if they didn't watch, I'd be a bit like, but I wasn't expecting people to pick out tiny little details of what you say or what you look like and twist it completely and make a massive thing out of it. I also didn't expect opposite United, not United channels, but outlets and people who are trying basically to do the same thing to be like, I didn't expect the fan base. It's not toxic, but there is people who really are out for other people on
100%, yeah,
on Twitter, on YouTube, and I really didn't expect that because obviously I told you I hadn't had Twitter before. I hadn't really watched any other channel bar the United Stand, and
yeah,
I just didn't expect the amount of toxicity that there is. But I just
yeah,
stay out of that. I completely, I say, I think a big Twitter account tweeted one of my, kind of took one of the titles from my video, which by the way I don't make. I do say the things,
yeah, of
and
course,
the I probably didn't bother to watch the whole video because what they were trying to say about me was just completely not what I was saying in the video.
yeah,
And they'd commented something to do with what I was saying, and then obviously because they were big, and I think they do realise that the impact it has. There was many comments underneath saying she's a woman, should know what she's talking about, get back to the kitchen, can't believe she's saying this, should get kicked off, why is she saying this? And it did kind of, that's the point where I kind of thought, oh my god, it's mad how one little tweet from someone who has a lot of followers who doesn't know me at all and probably hasn't watched any of my videos could kind of cause that effect. And I couldn't go on Twitter for like 2 days because I just didn't want to see what people were saying. But I didn't really reply to it because I think if there's something negative, what is the point of feeding into that negativity?
yeah,
Luckily, I have a lot of people on Twitter who I'm friends with that I've never met in my life, and they were obviously saying, if you actually watched her videos, you'd understand this is not what she's saying, and just kind of sticking up for me. And that's really nice to see because these people don't owe me anything. They've just
yeah,
obviously known me off the United Stand and know me through Twitter. And I do think like, why put out something negative, even if that was what I was saying, which I'm not. Why would you put something negative out when you know a young girl, it doesn't even matter about age, is going to get so much hate from all of these people just so you can get clicks? I really don't understand the point in that. So
yeah.
I would stay clear of all the negativity. I just tweet what I think. Sometimes it can be a bit negative. I mean, obviously,
Happens, yeah,
everyone has opinions on Manchester United and they're always going to be positive. If we're playing bad, I'm going to say we're playing bad. Um, I get just as frustrated as everybody else, but there's a way that you can say things without being hateful to other people. And
yeah,
that's what I kind of try to do. So that's a little bit, it's been a little bit hard, that side of things, but everything else makes it 10 times better because I've got so many people for all the negative comments, which there wasn't many apart from that time. There's so many positive comments. There's so many people I can interact with, make friends with, and talk to, and that's the main reason why I enjoy doing it.
yeah, definitely. Like we've also experienced the toxicity that is
Yeah.
football Twitter, so
I mean,
it's
you
just
say one thing, people say you're clickbaiting. Where's your source? All of this. Just go
yeah,
on Twitter. You can do what you want.
I know, yeah, it's just I don't know what to say about them. Probably shouldn't on here, but yeah, easily put. So to take away a bit from that, so we know a bit more about you, but some people might not have ever watched a video of yours. So I want to give them a little bit of a glimpse of one. Well, you're
Okay,
gonna
putting me on the
you're gonna
spot
do
here.
that exactly. So, what did you think of the Granada game yesterday, which we won 2-0?
Well, Flex, joking. But, um, I thought it was business as usual. It wasn't a very exciting game to watch. Let's be honest. I think that stemmed from the fact Matic and Fred were playing as the two CDMs, and it does stagger the passing. It staggers the creativity from the back. So, but we got a goal, and we got a goal through two great players playing great football, Paul
Yeah,
Pogba, Edison Cavani, and I was. unsure about Paul Pogba in that advanced role at first because I have liked him playing in the pivot role to give us something from that area. But you've seen him play more advanced this season in a few games, and I actually have started to think I really like seeing him in that position.
Yeah.
I think creativity wise, don't get me wrong, Marcus Rashford is, I think, one of our better players despite his up and down season. He scores many goals for us, and I think he's a great player. But in that position, I do think he offers a lot more creativity, and I think he helps us a lot more against teams that are going to go a little bit defensive because
Yeah.
the way he plays football, he kind of like glides past players, finds the space, and ultimately he just has more freedom when he's been put up in a higher position. So I have been really liking seeing his link ups with Cavani, Tellers yesterday, Bruno,
Yeah.
kind of seeing that link up more. And I think playing him in that position could really help us against the low blocks because that's what we've been struggling with, and we've not been able to see us kind of cope with that problem yet because it continues. We'll see what happens on Burnley because it's going to be the same thing. And do you know what, as well? Another thing from the game that I really like to see. I'm a Donny van de Beek fan, despite his lack of minutes. I don't think he's obviously been like the star of the show when he's come on in the minutes he's played. He's not done anything out of this world, but he's not put a foot wrong since he's had them minutes. And the fact he's only started 2 games in Europe, he's been had barely any minutes this season. It's not as if we didn't pay any money for him. It's not as if he's not an international. It's not as if he didn't play for Ajax, who's one of the most sought after talents. I just don't understand it. It's not as if he's played badly when he's come on. And then yesterday, because he got a few more minutes yesterday, he got nearly a full half. Did he get?
Yeah, he came on at half time.
Yeah, and I really liked his style of play because what Donny van de Beek does that not a lot of our players do is he holds possession and he creates space. Sorry, I think a phone's ringing in the background.
That's okay.
But he holds possession and he creates space. And not a lot of our players do that. So he moves for other people so they can get the space. He makes runs into the box to open up space for other people. And when he's in the final third, he barely ever loses the ball. So again, when you're trying to play through tight spaces against low block, why can't you put him on the right? Matt has played on the right before, and when he was moving intertwining with Bruno yesterday, you saw him get crosses in, you saw him create chances, he nearly scored a goal. I really do think he does offer more in the wing positions than not in the wing positions, in the forward positions that people give him credit for. Because I'm not putting hate on the other players, but for example, Dan James, you know what you get with him. It's kick and run, and I don't think his end product's good enough. Greenwood, I think eventually should be playing up front. He's a striker. And then obviously when you're playing Fred and McTominay in the CDM position, they've done well for us, don't get me wrong, but they're not top tier quality. So eventually we're going to have to look at them positions and you start to think to yourself, why have we bought Van der Beek? Hopefully it's to play in one of them positions. He's a midfielder at the end of the day. You can adapt him slightly. And that's the kind of thing you want to see OleA doing. And the last point I'm going to make, because it's a point that I've been wanting to make, is Tuan Zabi yesterday doesn't get much chance for us.
No.
We're talking about a strong, quick centre-back to Parton Maguire. How do we know that he's not good enough? Because we've not seen him play enough football. He played absolutely phenomenally in the PSG game, then didn't seem to play again since. And then he got asked to play yesterday. I thought he was solid. I thought he was strong. I thought he was pacey. And I feel like if he got a run of minutes in the Premier League, you'd be able to see if he was good enough. And that could save money in that area and you could spend it in other places. Because if you look at Manchester United now, we actually do need to spend money in a lot of different positions. CDM, striker, right wing, centre-back, possibly a backup right-back. That's 5 positions. And we've not got the money, to put it frankly. So we need to be looking at the players we've got and see if we can put them in the positions and improve them. You've got to be thinking, do we want Dalot back from Milan? Probably not, but would it save us money? Is he different to Wan-Bissaka? Does he offer something different for different games? Possibly. That's the thing that the board should be thinking about, and I'm not sure if they do, but that's how I thought about last game anyway.
Yeah, I definitely agree with a lot of that. Obviously, Twansebi, he obviously had those injury problems, so I feel like that might have been a bit of the problem.
It probably did stagger him back, but he's not been injured since.
Yeah, true. I know, obviously, he had some horrible ones last season, and then when he was on loan, he had a really bad one. I can't remember what he injured now, but that was quite bad. But it is good to see him getting more minutes again. It was good to see us get to another semi-final. Hopefully, the curse is going
Hopefully
to
we can actually get through this one.
it's going to finally lift, because my God, it's what, 5 straight semi-finals or something. It's something stupid.
That'll be a big decider to see whether the team. I know the team's improved quality wise, definitely, but has
Yeah.
it improved mentality wise? I think it has, but that'll be a test because we should beat Roma.
Yeah,
It's
this is like our
not
most
an easy game.
winnable semi
So
like we've had.
Arsenal final, maybe. Oh my god,
I can't see them beating Villarreal, to be honest.
I have a bad feeling though if they do in the final against us because even though they're not a good side, they seem to
It's just showing up on that
we
one
seem to
game,
struggle
isn't it? Yeah.
against them for some reason, and we have done this season. And I would turn off my phone for about a month if they beat us in the final. But anyway, hopefully that will happen.
I can't see them getting past. Emery's going to do a masterclass with Villarreal.
Oh, I
Uh,
hope so.
uh, so I feel like some people will now know what you're like, and hopefully they'll start watching you more and listening to you more, because they should. So, uh, what were you doing before the United stand then, for people who don't know enough about you?
Basically sitting on the couch all day doing nothing. No, I'm joking. I've been at uni now for it's my second year, so I've been focusing on that, and I've just been doing media stuff outside of uni. In uni. So I've been
Yeah.
doing like the stuff I do on that is completely different. But I also take stuff from what I do with United and kind of work it into my project. So I've made like in the past I've had to make like a website and I've done it on like sports stats. So it kind of includes in that. I I had to pitch a documentary and I did it about, do you know how they had the Leeds documentary on
Oh,
Amazon? I kind of, not an adaptation, but I kind of did a similar
yeah.
thing to that. So knowing about football does help me
Of
in
course.
my uni life. And when I go into uni and I start talking about football, they go, what? Do you know about football? And I go, yes, I do. Just because I'm a girl, it doesn't mean I don't know about football. I get that look all the time. But in lockdown, obviously I've not had a job before. Well, I've had jobs before, but because of lockdown, that all ended. And I was literally just in the garden, sunshine shining down on me, watching YouTube, waiting for football to come back on. I'm really into my sports and fitness, so now the gyms are open.
Yeah,
I'm
thank God.
excited to get back into them because in lockdown I got really fit, but second lockdown didn't do well. I'll just say it like that. So I've been a bit lazy recently. So hopefully I can get back into the gym. And yeah, I've been starting to be able to go out with my friends now as well, which is a good thing to do. And yeah, honestly, I'm basically the same person now as I was before the United stand, bar now every Sunday, Thursday, and Monday I've got shows to do. And I really enjoy doing it. And I'm on my phone more now because I've got Twitter going off 24/7. Don't know if that's very good for me, but I kind of got a bit addicted to Twitter recently. So
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Uh, so obviously now people know about what you're doing before. What are you wanting to do in the future then? So do you have any goals or aspirations after making such a name out of yourself over the past few months? So what do you see yourself doing in the future?
honestly, you're bigging me up here. I'm starting to think I'm like some sort of celebrity, which I'm not at all. But over the next few months, I just want to. My aim, and I've spoke to Mark about this and a few other people on the channel, is I just want to kind of build up my profile and my presenting
Yeah,
roles on the United Stand because I think it was such a good channel to kind of be introduced to because of obviously the audience it has and
yeah,
the kind of publicity it has. And I just want to improve my punditry, my presenting, because in the future, that is what I want to be doing. And
yeah,
I think I've started at a good point, but I know that I've got so much further that I can get to because every week I kind of do watch my videos back. I try and improve myself. Obviously, every week I'm myself and I say what I think
yeah,
in that way, but just the way you put things across, the entertainment factor that comes with it. I'm trying to improve and I just want to start doing more videos. Hopefully,
yeah.
I'll do some transfer stuff in the summer because we've been talking about that. So tune in if I do. I mean, it'll probably be every day coming on. Yeah, not signed anyone again, but hopefully doing more transfer stuff. And then I wanted to start writing more articles for United Stand. I did start doing that, but it is very time consuming. I'm at uni, I've got things on my plate, so I've been trying to get back to doing that as well. And ultimately, just keep building up where I'm going from now, and hopefully one day I'll be able to still stay with the United stand because I enjoy doing that, but maybe do some of my own stuff as well. Whether that be TV, radio, just they're the kind of areas I want to get to. And I'm only 19, there's no rush. So at the moment, you just carry on doing what I'm doing. Hopefully, they'll keep me around and I can build that up and go into more areas. And that's what I want to do because I love the football club. I love football in general. That's what another thing people might not know is I'm not just Manchester United. Obviously, that's what I talk about on the United stand because the United stand is for Manchester United supporters. But I also follow the Premier League. I love fantasy football. Kind of in a competition with my family at the moment for that. So hopefully win that. I've been doing that for years now, and I'm really into other sports as well that people probably wouldn't know about me. I actually used to play football. I've stopped now because I got very badly injured and I kept trying to go back and it just wasn't working out for me. But I loved playing football.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully just build up my thing with the United stand and keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on you, and I'll definitely be having you on again when you're obviously so much bigger. So, because it's obviously going to happen.
Oh, thank you.
So
it's not even about being big and having followers and stuff like that and like getting clicks. It's really not. Obviously, it's nice because it means people want to know what you're talking about. But as long as I'm being honest with what I think and I'm doing what I think's right, hopefully all of that will come with it. But we'll see. I'm hoping more things together because I really like everything that you're doing and all the content you're putting out. I mean, I followed you on Twitter from before I was even on the internet.
Oh, I know, yeah.
So, yeah, so you know that I'm
oh yeah, you're one of my diehard fans. I know that already. Don't worry.
I mean, I've got United Muppetiers on my wall. What are you talking about?
Exactly, like all of us definitely do. Yeah. So I think we'll call it here. If you want to know more about Beth, please read the article that comes with this interview, as well as following Beth on Twitter, which is at BethTMUFC. It should just be just below her on the bottom here. And watch her on the United stand on YouTube on what days did you say? It was Monday, Thursday, and Sunday?
Yeah, well, while we're still in the Europa League, but hopefully Champions
Okay, so Monday, Wednesday, Sunday next season. Okay, yeah, we got it. Thank you so much for being on today, Beth. I hope we can do this again, obviously. Gotta have diehard fans on all the time. Quick prediction. What do you think the score will be on Sunday?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed obviously being on, and I mean, I predict United win every single time, and it doesn't always happen, but I'm going to say 2-0 to us against Burnley. Going to be like an edgy game, but moments of brilliance will from Pogba, Bruno, Rashford maybe might be back, will kind of get us out of jail again. I mean, Ollie said we're going to catch City, so we'll have to see. I don't see that happening.
We have the chance.
Tell lies, so we'll see.
But yeah, it's been great having you on. So if you want to keep up to date on the Muppetiers, follow us on Twitter. We also have a Facebook. Both of the names are at Muppetiers. Our website, Muppetiers.com. And to follow me personally, it's at Mike Parrott with an _ at the end on Twitter. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you very much.